216. Hello everyone. Okay, we are going to be talking about Mr. Ahmed Tinubu today. Mr. Tinubu. Okay. Last time we actually spoke about Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and we took time over an hour to discuss about his candidacy, his presidency, what it will look like for the average Nigerian. We wanted to ask the question whether Mr. Tinubu was the Nigerian future or the youth future. That was our initial question. So today, it's more like a continuation of what we discussed the last time. It's just that this time we are trying to explore more. I did make promise to one of the very upset commentators the last time, Gogo, that I was going to talk about Atiku Abubakar today. But as the case is, that was before I knew he would attend Chatham House in London. So we are going to use today briefly to talk about his visit to Chatham House. You know, his visit has caused a lot of reactions. Why his fans believe he did well. The oppositions and many Nigerians believe he hasn't. He didn't do much. So that is what we are actually trying to. Many Nigerians believe. So that is what we are actually trying to explore. Yeah. So we are trying to explore. Yeah. So today is our focus again on Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress. And that is our focus again today. Don't worry, we'll find time to get to other candidates. At least the election is not until February 23rd. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try. I don't know if I can put. Going to bring yeah, what I want to do is to try to bring his bio, a little of his bio will assist us, something I should have done the last time, which I didn't do. So we are going to use this one to connect to what happened at Chatham House. So that's what we are doing today. If you are just joining the show, my name is Eyekato. This is Let's Talk. It's something we just started. We are going to be doing regularly. Okay. All right. So I put it here, so at least you see, guys can see I'm on a laptop here. So I'm trying to pull out his bio. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State. He was the former governor of Lagos State between from 1999 to 2007, which means he ruled Lagos for 8 years. I think it's the greatest accomplishment of his life, being the governor and being able to do something. Well, according to him. Well, okay. So let's look at the other part. Okay. Bear with me. Just okay. Let's look at the other part of the. All right. So this man, according to his Wikipedia, the man was born on the 29th of March, 1952. He wants Nigerians to believe that right now he is 70 years old. Well, yes, but the problem with the age thing is it caused a lot of controversy. Yeah, it's caused a lot of controversy. I'm just going to pull that up at least people will know why. Okay, let's see. I understand that it's one of his campaign manager, Mr. Keyamo, posted something about him. Um, okay. Okay. Yes, about 6 days ago, before the Chatham House thing, Keyamo, who's working closely with Ahmed Bola Tinubu, released what's it called? Visa. Okay, so yes, it corresponds with his date of birth there. However, there are going to be an certain part of this show that you are going to listen to as we continue. Well, Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I said last time, has done a great job, or did a great job while he was the governor of Lagos State. But this is what he keeps talking about, that like I said, his greatest achievement, this is what he spent his entire life trying to defend, how he performed amazingly in Lagos, how unlike the others he did not fail. He built Lagos to the modern city that it is today. But if you live in Lagos, you will know it's far from modern city. But yes, we have to give it to Ahmed Bola Tinubu because he did something there. I will be right back after this short break. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. If you are just joining the program, my name is Hato. This is Let's Talk Show. We're talking about Nigerian politicians, particularly those that are running for the presidency in February 2023. All right, so last week we did a quick analysis of Bola Tinubu, yes, and this is a continuation of it. We did plan to do Atiku Abubakar today, but unfortunately, we are going to put that to next week. This week we'll talk about Bola Tinubu again because he went to where I am. He came to the UK here and he visited Chatham House where he delivered a speech. Now let's go straight to it. Brilliant speech, to be frank with you. The man delivered a brilliant speech. I was perplexed. I was surprised to know that the man can actually speak like that. Until I saw the image. That it was a script reading that he was reading from a teleprompter. So I didn't see that initially. So I went to Twitter and I told everyone that it was a brilliant speech, fantastic, brilliant, absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe he would be able to use the terminologies he was using in the speech. But well, that one has been brought to justice now because it wasn't something he did himself. It was written for him. It's not a crime. Don't get me wrong. It's not a crime for your speech to be written by your brilliant campaign guys. So it's okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So this was written for him. I just want to put it out there for everybody to know. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. So put that for him. Tinubu is a very controversial person. He's very defensive. He hates when he's asked a question he doesn't want to answer. When you want Tinubu to talk to you, you have to pamper him like a child. You have to caress him. You have to kind of lean him into the question. Even when he thinks, because right now he thinks everybody's trying to get him. He thinks everybody is out there to try to ask him the questions that is going to throw his house off balance. So he doesn't want that. He wants something that he wants to be able to defend his position without actually answering the right questions. And I think that is a major concern. All right, as a man that is contesting for the position position that is contesting today, we should be able to ask him questions as Nigerians. We should be able to ask him questions, you see. But the man is always upset when you ask him the questions he doesn't want to answer. And that bothers me because as a Nigerian, I live in a country where everyone asks questions. So I do believe that you should be able to answer questions. Let me give you an example. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom on a weekly basis goes to the House where he is grilled by the MPs. If you don't believe me, all you need to do is go to the official website, or you just go to your YouTube and type UK Prime Minister answering questions in the House. Then you will see every week this is a thing. They want him to be able to answer questions, not what happened last month, not what happened last 3 months, what happened last week. He should be able to answer the questions and tell the British people what he's likely to do in order to find a solution for it. Now, that is what democracy looks like right here. But in a country where a man that is not in the position of office yet does not want to be questioned, does not want to be asked any questions, and then that bothers me. Again, the guy that called me last week after the show and berated me on phone believed that I didn't have the right to criticize Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu because he is his candidate, as he kept repeating. And it is his candidate. Of course it's your candidate, but he's not going to be your candidate if he becomes the president of Nigeria. He's going to be Nigerian president, which means it's not just your candidate anymore, it becomes everybody's candidate. So now that is something we have to quickly take home. We have to worry about. Because so at the Chatham House, the man performed very well. He answered questions well to the best of his abilities. People criticize me if I say he answered questions. Yeah, he did. Yeah, but his only style of answering questions was disappointing because Nigerians wanted to know what he has. But he said he went there to say he was going to show spirit of teamwork, which we do not care about. We wanted you to tell us, what plans you have for us. Your words. They are not appointing those guys you Erifai and the other governor you took along with you. If you are going to be the president of Nigeria, everybody is going to expect you to do something in a time of crisis. Everyone is going to expect you to answer questions. Now, Nigerians need reassurance in time of turmoil. But if you cannot answer that, you are using technicalities, system to deviate from questions that matters to Nigerians, then you are not the man you say you are. Right, so it's not the first time the man does it. It's not the first time he's been doing it. When the issue of his ticket came out, the issue of his business came out, the man till now refused to answer questions. So after the Chatham House, after the Chatham House, so he decided to grant interview to BBC. We'll come to that. Okay, I'm going to play a video of Mr. Tinubu here. It's a response to one of the questions. Yeah, bear with me.
A theft and a receiver exists. So you have to classify the receiver as taking blood money.
Well, that short video is his response to when they were trying to get his source of wealth. He didn't answer it properly. He's very, very smart. He's a smart man. He has a way of avoiding questions, particularly questions he doesn't want to answer, you see. When they asked him about his source of wealth, he was talking about giver and the receiver. I don't understand the correlation between your source of wealth and the receiver and the giver. And there is another, I think there is this journalist, the freelance journalist that was present there was a brilliant girl. She asked the questions fearlessly, and well, I think it's a shame that the Mr. Tinubu played around it without answering, because it's the question I would have I would have asked if I was there. So now, when they wanted Mr. Tinubu to clarify the issue of the age discrepancy, now the man was handed quickly a note. Every time Mr. Tinubu wanted to mention his age, he had to look at that note in order to say his age out loud. The question is, does this man have memory loss that he can't remember his age? Because if you ask me in my dream, instantly I will snap and tell you my age. I will tell you how old I am. I don't need anybody to give me paper. I don't need anybody to tell me about it. I just know how old I am. So, but Mr. Tinubu could not tell anyone how old he is. Instead, he just took a paper. Let me show you that particular part. He took a paper from a member of the audience. It's one of his entourage, to be frank, and then he was able to answer the question.
Thank you very much for the question. It's inquisitive.
Okay. Well, let's hear that. I want us to hear that video again. Before he said it is inquisitive, you will see that a man got up and gave him a paper. Right? So I think that is something we should be talking about. Give him a paper. Hold on. Okay. So the man gave him a paper, which that's what he keeps quoting every time he wanted to mention his age. He will have to turn around and say March 29, 1952. All right. Let's see that part again where the man gave him the script. Yeah, as you can see, the man gave him a script concerning his date of birth and everything. If you watch the full video, which you can watch on Standard Gazette fan page, Facebook fan page, Standard Gazette, you can watch the full video there. Or you can go to YouTube on our YouTube channel, the same Standard Gazette. You will see the full video there that every time Mr. Tinubu mentioned his age, he had to turn around to look at the paper he was given. So I think that is not something that I have confidence in, because I believe that as your age, you don't need a paper to remind you. Today we are going to talk briefly on just to talk about the Chatham House. That's what our essence today. Okay, so there is the part that really hurt me the most, that I didn't understand. I got confused because I think it's just it was just weird. Bear with me. I'm going to turn to my other page and see if I can type the number there. You can see it on the screen. If you want to call in, join the conversation, you can see the number on the screen. It's okay. You can call in anytime. We'll be happy to have you. All right. And okay. Oh boy. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so yes, Mr. Tinubu, there's the part where he says he won't bear with me. There is a part he says that if he answer question 1-to-1, that they are trying to use him to make money. All right, and I think that is a very, very a funny question, a very funny response to response to people that are trying to get to know you. You already know there are doubts among Nigerians, And then instead of you, of course, perhaps if you grant interview to a freelance journalist or a Nigerian media, everybody wants to watch it. It will bring them audience, they will make money, but you will also get to talk to Nigerians in general. I think that is a win-win situation. But a man that is believing that he wants to come and empower the youth, who wants to come and raise the standard of living for Nigerians, believe that if he grants interview, a Nigerian person will get better, and says that is not something he's going to do. Let's listen to it.
See myself as a marketable individual. Want to use me to make money, and I'm saying no.
You want to use me to make money, and I'm saying no. You want to use me to make money, and I'm saying no. And now that is a shame for a man that believes that he's here to make Nigerians better. He says he doesn't want anyone to use him to make money. You granting an interview as a presidential candidate is not making money. It's people trying to ask you questions. You having the time for the average Nigerians, not your wealthy class, but the average Nigerians, to be able to ask you questions. You can rub shoulder with them, at least before you get into Aso Rock if you win. But if you think that you're too big to answer their questions, I don't know why we should be, or I'm not going to vote anyway, but I don't know why Nigerians should be voting for you. I don't see any reason for it. Well, for someone that wouldn't have voted, because Tinubu wouldn't have voted if he wasn't contesting. You don't take my word for it. All you need to do is hear it from him. Yeah, you will hear it from him that he wouldn't have voted if he wasn't in the race. So why would anybody want to kill themselves? Why would anybody want to vote for a man that wouldn't have voted for anyone in the first place? Because he believes that without him, everyone is a dollar. You know? Well, let's hear it from just directly from him. You hear that? He wouldn't have voted for any candidate if it wasn't him. So any candidate that is not him, he would not vote for that candidate. And so that means if he wasn't running for presidency, the man wouldn't have been voting. He wouldn't have had his PVC. But he's asking everybody to get their PVC and vote for him. I think that is a little bit hypocritical, isn't it? Won't you agree? It's a little bit hypocritical. So Mr. Tinubu is a man that is very completely rude, disrespectful to Nigerians, cannot be asked questions, and in two cases has bullied the Lagos drivers to do what he wants. Otherwise, he will shut them down. But you have a video, I think we should play that for you. A video of him threatening Nigerians. They should go and vote for him, otherwise they will not get any assistance. So his boys in the park, they will deal with those people. I think bear with me. Okay, look at this last one here. This was the last one before the rally in Lagos. Yeah. Well, that is his second video when he had the rally in Lagos. He closed the entire shop down that they have to come to his rally. No market tomorrow. Those people, they are surviving. They have to feed their children. You don't care how they feed, but you shut them down because you want everybody to believe that you are being supported. You are popular among Lagosians. But by shutting them down, you were telling everybody that no, you are using stick idea, to the stick method to control the people. It wasn't his first time. There is a video of him where it was the people at the park, they were being bullied, asked to buy a sticker, otherwise they cannot drive. There's a video like that. I think that was his second one. How can a man that is very, very educated, always try to put his people, the people he claimed he took care about, to put them through that same system. Through that same system. I think it is just shameful. And what Mr. Tinubu did at Chatham House was disgraceful not just to the APC, to Nigerians at large. A man that wants to contest for the position of the presidency cannot take 5 minutes to answer questions. We don't want you to delegate it. We want you to answer the questions. We want Nigerians to hear what you have to say. Nigerians are doubtful. They are worried. They don't know their futures are bleak. The people they've trusted over the years have betrayed them. You said you are the best. You are the man that knows road. So now if you know road, at least answer their doubts. But you will not do that. You are playing team games by deflecting the questions to edify, deflecting the questions to other of your entourage, like Bajamia Mila, the man that couldn't even answer the questions, and he demanded, I don't know how to say it, but Bajamia, I can't pronounce his name. So that man could not even answer a proper question because he was the one that was supposed to clear Tinubu from the bricks. He couldn't do that. So the people you took to London, you couldn't even train them on how to answer. They don't even have the answer because they are not the one that we are going to vote for. Probably going to vote for you, but you have to be able to tell Nigerians what you have in stock when they ask you the questions. We've not heard that. So I think. Let me play this. Let me play this video here before I do analysis here of Mr. Tinubu and the BBC journalist.
Very wealthy man. Well, you know, I mean, you are not in my account. I'm not in your account, but this is speculation, and it's fine. You can actually rebut it or not.
All right, you see that? That is his defense. Whenever you ask him anything that has to do with his resources, his money, he becomes defensive. Everyone knows how rich Bill Gates is. Everyone knows how rich Elon Musk is. Everyone knows how rich Jeff Bezos is. We all know these people because their assets are out there. Even as dubious as Donald Trump, at least we have an idea of how rich he is. And when people are asked about their wealth, they can respond to it. But you are coming to an office where there is high level of corruption, right? And you cannot answer questions that have to do with your money. And when they asked him, he was talking about, he was blabbing around, talking about, I inherited real estate. You inherited real estate. Is that your source of wealth? The question we just wanted to ask is, was that your source of wealth?
I have an example of a Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in America. He started from stock buying. I inherited this real estate.
You see, he blasted those that were asking him about his wealth. We are going to ask. People believe you made your money through drug dealing. So why don't you just come out in the open and say, this is how I started, this is how I made my money. Tell people. You don't owe them, but you are going to owe them the moment you become their president. If you don't want people to ask you questions, all you need to do is go back to your village. You are old anyway. You are a grandpa. Go and take off your grandchildren. But if you want to be in Aso Rock, all you need to do is to be able to answer questions when Nigerians deem it fit. Because you are saying you are going to be a civil servant, you are going to work for them. If you are going to work for them, make sure that you answer their questions. That is what democracy is all about. That is what we are trying to tell you. But if you can't listen because you are so deaf, you are so stubborn, and you are so defensive because you have a lot of things to hide and a lot of things to lose, if you come out in the open, then you shouldn't be here. Go back to your enemy, Tinubu, or your wife, and go and live the rest of your life in wherever you are. But stop telling us that you made Lagos what it is today. That was 1999. We want to know what you can do now. Tinubu, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari claimed that he was the one that changed Nigeria in 1983. Nigeria put him right into the position where he is now. And what has he done? Nothing. All he keeps saying now that he's tired, he has done the best he could. So now you are giving us the same record. Everything that was played during Buhari is what you are playing for us again. That you did Lagos, you did this, but we want to know what you can do now. Lagos in 1999 is not Lagos in 2022 or 2023 when you are trying to take position. A lot of things have changed. There are inflation, there's scarcity of fuel. Even Nigeria, even when Nigerians are producing the oil, there is a lot of scarcity of fuel. There is school closure, there is bad road, there is bad economy, there is no drugs in the hospitals. Doctors are leaving the country in droves. And then we want to ask you, what plans do you have for it? You are saying we cannot ask you. We are saying that if we are trying to promote honest living in Nigeria, we need you to assure us that you did not make your money through the dirty ways. But you are telling us you cannot answer that because we are enemies of progress, enemies of wealth. That is the defense of a 419, defense of a scammer. Are you a scammer? Are you a drug dealer? You should be able to honestly tell Nigerians where you make your money from. If you can't do that again, you shouldn't be running for presidency. And that is my take on Mr. Tinubu, what is his name? Bola Tinubu. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Well, thank you. Welcome back to Let's Talk Show. My name is Ehi, and we are talking about the politicians running for presidency in Nigeria in 2023 February. This talk show is going to be analyzing their capacity. It's going to be talking about the what is to come, who is probably a better fit for Nigeria. Nigeria, over the years, they are like old Egypt. They'll be ruled by a lot of King Pharaohs. All they are asking for is a brief of Joseph, King Joseph. That's what they are asking for. It's been very difficult so far because Nigerians, they don't know what to do anymore. Every time they trust, they get backstabbed. Every time they trust, they get betrayed. Every time they trust, they just get left in the sun, in the rain to dry, or in the sun to dry. I think that is enough for these people to be very, very much afraid. And they are trying to do everything possible to ask the right question this time. It's no longer about political party. It is now about individual because it matters a lot. So for a man that has a lot of controversy surrounding their candidacy, their health, their wealth, everything that has to do with them, then they cannot take 5 minutes to try to answer these questions for Nigerians. I think they shouldn't be there at all. So Mr. Tinubu should think back and ask Nigerians what they want to know about from him, and so he should be able to supply those answers. Because the more he tries to keep this information to himself, the more the speculation is going to spread. And you can't turn around and say the media is trying to stab you when you are not talking to anyone. All right, where they want to one-on-one with you, where you are not surrounded by your goons, who are feeding you the answers. That is what we are trying to say. During the presidency of Mr. Jonathan, there was what that was called media chat, presidential media chat, that where journalists come in every time to be able to ask Mr. Jonathan questions concerning some controversies, some issues that happens for the few weeks before and all that stuff. Nigerians were criticizing the system, but it turns out that it was the best democratic system for a country that had never practiced one. And Nigerians were able to know directly from Mr. President what was happening in the administration, whether they believe it or not, but that was on record, something they can always reference in the future. But in Mr. Buhari, in this case, we don't know. Anytime he wants to grant interview, he do it for an announcer channel. He doesn't speak to any other person, or he goes out of the country and answer the questions. But if you ask him, Mr. Buhari in the country, that is another problem. If you recall, Mr. Buhari was at Chatham House in 2016 or so, 2000, when he was asked questions. You could see that he wasn't very happy when he was asked that question. He also told the Nigerian that he was lucky he was not in Nigeria. Well, let's hear that video.
I hope the person who asked that question is living here, not in Nigeria. We are making a lot of effort to make sure that we continue to understand ourselves.
As you can see, yeah. Mr. Buhari might look like he was joking, then the man doesn't joke. His wife just sent a Nigerian guy to court the last time because he posted on Twitter criticizing her. That is the level of problem that is in Nigeria. That is the level of problem. You cannot criticize a politician. That is the level of problem that the Western countries or the world need to be looking out for, because in Nigeria there is no true democracy. It's just a pretext, an idea of a democracy. It's not real democracy. Everyone is pretending. Everyone is trying to be democratic. Nigerians know how to use power, and Mr. Tinubu, Mr. Atiku, Mr. Obi won't be exempted in any of this, because if they become the president of Nigeria today, they are going to be a major issue, because a lot of them do have this self-defense that an average Nigerian activates whenever you try to poke into their affairs, or even though the affairs have to do with the public appearance or information. So I'm afraid that Nigerian system is not encouraging democracy, and the leader that should be promoting it, they are the one that is actually making sure you don't. There is a new video that was posted by this political talkative called Dino Melaye, where Mr. Tinubu recently, just a few days ago, were telling people that with the power you have to seize it, you have to steal it, you have to take it by force. And now, this power now he's talking about presidency. So the man has not signed any peace accord, and then you heard in the video how you are going to steal, you are going to fight, you are going to do all sorts. I think that is not very promising at all. So Mr. Tinubu, the security agency in the country, should start looking at Mr. Tinubu and his plans on how he wants to do this election. Because if we leave him to what he is planning, there is a very high probability that he will steal the election, as he said in that video. All right, let's look at why Mr. Tinubu was in the hole talking. What most Nigerians did not know was that there were protests outside of the Chatham House. I don't think many Nigerians knew that. There were protests in Chatham House. People were protesting. Does it matter who led the protest? Perhaps. Well, let's just say the first part of the protest. If you know the guy that led the protest, you'll be surprised, you'll be smiling. I'm going to show you the guy that led the protest. Hold on. I'm showing you the guy that led the protest. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is Reno Omonkwe, the former aide of Goodluck Jonathan. Now I understand that he supports Atiku Abubakar, so that's why I'm not going to put so much importance on that protest. But I just want you guys to know there was a protest outside Chatham House when Mr. Tinubu was in the house making that speech. All right, and let me say, after the speech was made, after the interview, Mr. Tinubu decided to dance Booga. Well, it proved me wrong there. At least he was able to go down with nobody assisting. Well, yeah, well, he was rocking it. I like him for that. That last video is not to criticize him. It's just for me to see that he thought that he has killed it in Chatham House. You don't need to go to Chatham House. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah. Okay, that was bad. All right, so you can tell Nigerians at home that you are the best candidate. You don't need to go to Chatham House. Dr. Alex, the one that interviewed you, is not going to vote on the day of the election, so you didn't need to travel all the way to United Kingdom. I know that they invited you, but if you can't talk to Chatham House, you can actually talk to Nigerians at home. You can go on the street and just discuss with the market women. You can actually invite people and let them ask you questions. You can invite a group of journalists, not the ones that are loyal to you. Another of them, they are addicted to a yellow envelope, brown envelope, as they normally call it. So but if you want to act or you want to be democratic, you need to be able to show it to Nigerians. You need to be able to let them know that they can talk to you, they can ask questions, you are accessible, you are approachable. Because the way Mr. Tinubu is now, is not very approachable. He's scary, he's threatening people. If you don't do what I want you to do, you will not open the job business tomorrow. If you don't do what I want you to do, you are not going to drive in this Lagos anymore. Why are you the enemies of wealth? If you are accusing me of corruption, it's you that is taking it, you are corrupt too. We know the last part, but still, you giving it, that is a problem. So remember the last election when Mr. Tinubu was accused of being sharing money with his bullion van. Though they came out to deny it, but that was a fact. And Mr. Tinubu has not told anybody. He just said that he's rich. He's rich, so why are people jealous of his money? No one is jealous of your money. We are saying use your money for good. Don't use your money to buy power. Don't use your money to create problems in the country. And for the fact that Mr. Tinubu disrespected the entire country by picking Muslim to run for the presidency, I think that was a complete disregard for the system that have been working over the years. Mr. Buhari, as I thought he was more like a fanatic, a religious fanatic, the massive picked Osinbajo to become the president. Assistant deputy president or vice president. And so he didn't pick his brother from the north, Muslim. We are already living in fear that the north are trying to overrule everyone. So for you to say it's Muslim, it doesn't matter, then you are disrespectful. For a man that loves respect, you don't have any for anyone because you think, even at 70 years old, you think that you are older than the 80 years old man. Maybe perhaps, again, you lied about your age. That's why when people say they are 75, you look at them as smart because you know you are older than them deep down. All right. So Mr. Tinubu needs to come down to the issue at hand. Need to be able to address Nigerian system, the Nigerian people, that he is the right man for the job. Because at the moment it is very scary. He has not been able to do that for me. I'm scared of him because he is very, very adamant. He's very defensive. He has a lot of skeletons in his in the closet, and he's not allowing anyone to go in and check for themselves. Even when he's claiming that that's not true, there is no skeletons. I'm saying there's skeletons. If there's no skeletons, show it to me, and I will go tell the rest of the people that there is no skeletons. I can take a picture, a video of it, and show the rest of the people there are no skeletons. If you don't let me see it, my doubt is going to grow bigger on a daily basis. So you don't blame me because you don't let me see it. So the Nigerian system, the Nigerian political terrain now is very toxic because the election is not the way it usually is, where people go on the road to talk about their plans for the next 4 years, to talk about how they are going to develop Nigeria, to talk about how they are going to grow the economy. But now it's all about how the next opponent is bad, how they are not doing the right thing, how is the best one, without telling people how you are the best one. No one is doing that. They just say they are the best. Like in the video, Mr. Tinubu said, no one has the qualification to rule Nigeria except him. I think I get why he's holding on to it. It's his life dream ambition, like his opponent Atiku Abubakar. So they want to rule the country. I think it's what makes it a little bit scary because they are too ambitious. It's okay to be ambitious. Too ambitious people, they can't kill, they can't do anything just to make sure they get their ambition. Right, so all I'm saying here is that Mr. Tinubu needs to come down. He needs to be able to address Nigerian system. He needs to be able to talk to Nigerians one-on-one, even though it's going to make them richer. That is not the problem because he is rich. Why are you worried that if you talk to a Nigerian man, a Nigerian journalist one-on-one, the person is going to make money? It's not blood money. He's working. If he's a journalist, he's able to ask you questions. He lets everybody see what you have to say. So you get to put your words out there, they get to have their own fame. I think that is what it is. So if you cannot let a Nigerian person, interview you because they are going to make money off you, I think you are just a deceitful man. You are lying to yourself. You are not here to make Nigerian better. You are here to make Nigerian serve you, to enrich yourself and your family. I think that's what you are here for. So it's shameful, it's so disgraceful, it's so embarrassing for a man that wants to empower the youth, believing that if he gives the opportunity to the youth, they will make money from him. You can imagine that system. The idea in his head is so twisted that you don't believe he's coming from him at all. So what are you doing on the race? What are you doing there if you cannot talk to Nigerians? You cannot even talk to the national media, let's say Punch newspaper. You can talk to Vanguard. You can talk to any of these days. I understand that Mr. Tinubu has The Nation. The Nation is his newspaper. I think I heard that some time ago. If The Nation is his newspaper, why don't you at least talk to The Nation? Let's all of us go to The Nation. It's your newspaper. At least let us go there and try to hear what you have to say if you don't want to talk to anybody else. But you are not doing any of these things. All you do is just trying to defend yourself. You're trying to hoodwink Nigerians into believing that you are healthy, you are fit, you are strong enough to run for the presidency, but you are not giving us anything to believe that you are actually strong enough. And you blame everybody else for your problems, but yourself you're not doing that because we are all out to get you. And for this, I'm saying now, a lot of your fans are also going to come to me later to say, I'm anti-Tinubu, I'm anti-APC, I'm here to destroy the people, I'm working for PDP, I'm working for LP. These are the things that they tell me every day. But I don't work for anybody, I'm no politician, I'm just a journalist who has his own personal opinion to say. Again, this is Let's Talk Show. It is your humble guy, Ahi Ekato. Thank you for joining me. If you missed this program today, because I believe a lot of people did, we are going to try to do this again. But this time, I hope Mr. Bola Tinubu doesn't do anything that's going to make me talk about him next week. Otherwise, we'll be moving down to Atiku Abubakar, the candidate of the People Democratic Party, PDP. So we have a lot to talk about Atiku, but we just I hope you join me next week and see what we come up with. All right. Remember, this is just for the narrative. This is just for the analysis. It has nothing to do with money or whatever. All right. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Collect first everything and then still hide in the bedroom.
Look at me. Oh, are you shouting? Who are you shouting?
I didn't know who you are. You called my mommy. It's your mommy. I'm a mama girl. Don't put it on. Don't put it on.